Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to discuss various doping techniques. Different doping techniques are involved in the fabrication process. So some of the techniques are growing epitaxial layer, diffusion, ion implantation. Each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. Epitaxial layer growth. This is relatively costly when compared to the other methods. So epitaxy means layered upon. So growing one layer on the other is called as epitaxy. So that can be done whenever we require one layer on the other. So there are two types of epitaxis. One is homo, the other is hetero. Homo is growing same layer on the same type of other layer. Heteroepitaxy is growing one over the other differently. So example for heteroepitaxy is silicon on sapphire. But epitaxy cannot be done selectively or deeply. So for that we need to go for diffusion for selective doping, and for growing deep into the layers we need to go for ion implantation. So first of all, what is diffusion? Diffusion is movement of particles from higher concentration to lower concentration. So in which dopant atoms move from the surface into silicon by thermal means via substitutional or interstitial diffusion mechanisms. Ion implantation is a process in which the dopant atoms are forcefully added into the silicon in the form of high energy ion beam. So this is the diffusion process. In this figure you can see many atoms which are present here are moving to the other lower concentration. So in order to maintain the equilibrium, whenever concentration gradient is present, diffusion is taking place. Different types of diffusion mechanisms are present. One is substitutional, the other one is interstitial, one more is interstitial C. So in this figure, substitutional diffusion is shown, in which the host atom is moving to a vacant position. So here vacancy is seen. So this atom is moving from this place to this place. So this is called as a substitutional diffusion. For substitutional diffusion, definitely the vacancy should be there. In the interstitial diffusion, these are the interstitial spaces in the crystal lattice. So in crystal lattice, we find many of the interstitial spaces. So the atoms present in these spaces are free to move to other interstitial spaces. Such type of diffusion is called as interstitial diffusion. In this figure, you can see this is the atom which is present in this particular interstitial space. It is diffused to this place. So here after diffusion, this is in some other place, and interstitial diffusion is relatively faster when compared to the previous one. In the substitutional diffusion, vacancy should be there, so it need to wait for a vacancy. Here it is free to move because lot of interstitial spaces are present in the crystal lattice. Coming to the interstitial C, here the kick-out mechanism is present, in which this is the atom which is present in the interstitial space. This atom is moving to the atom's place which is natively present. So this is kicking the already present atom and taking its position, and already present native atom need to be forcefully going to the interstitial space. So this is the interstitial C type of diffusion. This is a furnace where diffusion is taking place, and diffusion takes place whenever selective doping is needed. So ion implantation, it is one more type of doping technique where deep into the wafers doping can be done. So for that, this is the arrangement of ion implantation, where ion source of high energy ion beam is sent, and through this analyzer magnet the ion beam is made to move in a perpendicular direction. Exactly, it will take 90 degrees tilt, and through this variable slit accelerator tube, vertical and horizontal scanner, this high energy beam is made to strike the target with high energy without having any deflections, so that it can hit the target with very high energy. And in this Comparison, diffusion, a uniformly doped ingot is sliced into wafers and oxidation is done and photolithography is done. After all this process, the window will be opened where we need to do the doping, and the furnace which I showed you previously, in that furnace diffusion takes place. Coming to the ion implantation, a particle accelerator is used to accelerate a doping atom so that it can penetrate a silicon crystal to a depth of several microns. Due to this high energy beam, sometimes some lattice damage may be caused that can be repaired by annealing mechanism. Annealing is a type of repair. So heating immediately and cooling does the make the crystal lattice to restore its previous crystal structure. So definitely ion implantation should be followed by the annealing step. Coming to the comparison of diffusion and ion implantation, diffusion is cheaper and more simplistic method but can only be performed from the surface of the wafers. Dopants also diffuse unevenly and interact with each other, altering the diffusion rate. Diffusion rate will not be uniform. Whereas ion implantation is more expensive and complex, it does not require high temperatures and it allows for greater control of dopant concentration and profile. It is an anisotropic process. So due to which we will have very deep implantation is possible. So whenever we are going for self-aligned structures in MOSFETs, we will prefer the ion implantation. So let me summarize. Epitaxial layer is grown whenever we want to place one layer upon the other, but selective doping and deep doping is not possible with epitaxy, and it is also costly. Coming to the diffusion, selective doping is possible, but it's not uniform and it is going to alter the doping rates. So for that we prefer ion implantation. Whenever we want to do ion implantation deeply, then we'll do the doping using ion implantation so that high energy ion beam can diffuse into the lower layers of the substrate. So each one having its own advantage and disadvantage, we'll prefer according to our application. Thank you one and all.